Karolina Protsenko's journey is a rare blend of early talent, migration, discipline, and unexpected global recognition. Born into a musical family in Kiev and raised in the United States, she grew up surrounded by rhythm and artistic expression. What began as childhood curiosity quickly transformed into structured training and emotional depth in music. A simple street performance in California changed everything, turning her into a widely recognized young violinist. But behind the viral attention lies a quieter story of effort, pressure, and growing up in public view. Her path reflects how talent can open doors early, but also reshape childhood in ways that are not always visible from the outside. Early beginnings in Kiev. Karolina Protsenko's early life in Kiev was shaped by a naturally musical environment where sound and creativity were part of everyday existence. From childhood, she showed a strong attraction to rhythm and melody, responding to music with unusual sensitivity for her age. Instead of treating music as something separate or formal, she experienced it as a living part of her surroundings. This early connection was not forced but gently observed and nurtured, allowing her curiosity to grow freely. Even before structured lessons, she demonstrated an instinctive understanding of pitch and emotional tone in sound. Her environment in Kiev played an important role in developing this awareness, as she was surrounded by artistic influence and expressive culture. These early experiences laid the emotional and sensory foundation for her later development as a violinist, shaping how she would eventually interpret and feel music rather than simply play it. A family rooted in music. Karolina's family played a central role in shaping her musical identity from the very beginning. With a father who played guitar and a mother who played piano, music was a constant presence in their home life. Rather than treating music as a strict discipline, her family approached it as a shared emotional language. This created a supportive environment where creativity was encouraged without pressure. Informal family sessions often became moments of connection, where playing and listening were part of daily bonding. Through this, Karolina developed confidence in expressing herself musically without fear of judgment. The balance between gentle guidance and freedom allowed her to grow naturally into her abilities. Instead of feeling like training was an obligation, she experienced it as something enjoyable and meaningful. This foundation helped her build both technical interest and emotional depth, which later became defining aspects of her musical style. Migration to the United States. The move to the United States marked a significant turning point in Karolina's life, introducing her to new cultural, educational, and social environments. Adjusting to a different country meant adapting to a new language, lifestyle, and expectations, which can be challenging for any young person. However, music remained a constant source of stability throughout this transition. Her violin became both a comfort and a form of expression during a time of change. In the United States, she was exposed to more structured learning systems and diverse musical influences that expanded her perspective. This environment helped her grow not only as a performer, but also as a disciplined learner. Although the transition involved emotional and practical challenges, it ultimately broadened her opportunities. It marked the beginning of a more formal phase in her musical development, where natural talent began merging with structured training and consistent practice. First formal training. After settling in the United States, Karolina began receiving formal violin instruction that introduced her to disciplined techniques and structured practice routines. Her teachers quickly noticed her ability to focus deeply and express emotion through sound. Unlike many beginners, she approached practice with genuine interest rather than obligation. Daily repetition, technical exercises, and guided lessons became part of her routine, helping her build a strong technical foundation. At the same time, she did not lose her natural emotional connection to music. Instead, she learned how to balance precision with expression, which is essential for meaningful performance. This stage of her life was crucial because it transformed her from a naturally gifted child into a more refined young musician. The discipline she developed during this period helped her understand that musical growth requires patience, consistency, and emotional involvement working together over time. Emotional depth in performance. One of Karolina's most distinctive qualities as a musician is her emotional depth during performances. Even at a young age, she was able to convey feelings through her violin in a way that felt mature and expressive. Her playing often goes beyond technical accuracy, focusing instead on storytelling through sound. Each performance carries mood, atmosphere, and emotional intention, allowing listeners to connect with the music on a personal level. This ability made her stand out among other young performers, as she could transform simple melodies into deeply moving experiences. Her strength lies in interpreting music not just as notes on a page, but as emotional narratives. This sensitivity likely developed from her early exposure to music in a family environment and her natural responsiveness to sound. Over time, this emotional intelligence became one of the most defining aspects of her artistic identity and public recognition. Street performance breakthrough. A major turning point in Karolina's journey occurred during a street performance in Santa Monica, where she played casually in a public space without expecting widespread attention. As she performed, passers-by began to gather, drawn by her expressive playing and confident presence. Someone recorded the performance, and the video quickly spread online, reaching audiences far beyond the original location. This moment unexpectedly transformed her visibility and introduced her to a global audience. What began as a simple musical expression became a viral event that reshaped her future opportunities. The simplicity of the setting contrasted with the magnitude of its impact, highlighting how unpredictable modern recognition can be. This breakthrough demonstrated how talent, combined with digital sharing platforms, can rapidly change a young musician's life trajectory, placing them in the spotlight almost overnight. Rise to global attention. Following the viral street performance, Karolina's presence expanded rapidly across social media platforms and international audiences. Her videos began circulating widely, attracting attention from people who appreciated her emotional interpretation of music. This global recognition shifted her identity from a local performer to an internationally known young violinist. With increased visibility came new opportunities, including performances, collaborations, and media features. However, this rapid rise also introduced expectations and pressure to maintain consistency. Her audience grew not only in size but also in diversity, spanning different cultures and backgrounds. Despite this expansion, she continued to focus on the emotional core of her music rather than external popularity. This stage of her journey marked a transition from spontaneous recognition to a more structured public presence, where artistic development and public engagement began to grow side by side. Growing public recognition. As Karolina's audience continued to expand, her daily life gradually became more organized around her musical activities. Practice sessions, recordings, and public appearances began to form a structured routine. While she continued to enjoy playing music, her responsibilities increased alongside her recognition. The attention from audiences around the world brought both encouragement and expectation. Despite this, she maintained a grounded personality, supported strongly by her family. Balancing education with her growing musical career required discipline and time management. Her development during this phase reflected not only her talent but also her ability to adapt to increasing demands. Public recognition changed the way she experienced music, turning it into both a personal passion and a shared public responsibility. This balance became an important part of her continued growth as a young artist, navigating early fame. Media spotlight experience. Karolina's appearance on television and other media platforms marked another important milestone in her journey. These opportunities introduced her to audiences beyond digital spaces and street performances. Her televised performances highlighted both her technical skill and emotional expression, leaving a strong impression on viewers. This exposure elevated her profile and confirmed her position as a promising young musician. However, it also increased expectations and visibility, making her performances subject to wider evaluation. The transition into mainstream media added a new layer of responsibility to her career. Despite this, she continued to focus on her music with consistency and dedication. This stage reflected her ability to adapt to different performance environments while maintaining her artistic identity. Balancing childhood and career. As her recognition grew, Karolina faced the challenge of balancing a normal childhood with her expanding musical responsibilities. She continued attending school while also dedicating time to practice and performances. This dual life required careful management of time and energy. While music brought joy and fulfillment, the structured nature of her schedule introduced discipline and responsibility. Her family played an essential role in ensuring she maintained balance between education, personal life, and career development. Despite public attention, efforts were made to preserve aspects of a normal upbringing. This balance was important in allowing her to grow both as a young individual and as a developing musician. The experience reflects the complexity of growing up in a public-facing artistic path. Digital age challenges. With increased online visibility came both support and criticism from global audiences. Every performance shared online was subject to wide interpretation and comparison. While many viewers appreciated her talent, others offered critical opinions, which is common in digital spaces. Learning to navigate this environment required emotional maturity and focus. Over time, she developed the ability to concentrate on her music rather than external commentary. The digital age also meant constant visibility, where performances could be replayed, analyzed, and shared repeatedly. This created both opportunities for growth and challenges in maintaining privacy and balance. Her experience highlights the realities of growing up in an era where artistic expression is closely tied to online presence. Creativity during global changes. During periods when public performances were limited, Karolina adapted by continuing her musical journey through home recordings and digital platforms. This shift allowed her to explore new ways of expressing creativity outside traditional performance spaces. Even without live audiences, she remained active in developing her skills and sharing music with listeners online. This period encouraged reflection and experimentation, helping her focus more on artistic expression rather than external validation. It also demonstrated her adaptability in changing circumstances. Music remained a constant source of connection, even when physical stages were unavailable. This phase contributed to her growth as a flexible and evolving artist. Artistic growth and maturity. As Karolina matured, her approach to music became more thoughtful and refined. She began focusing more on interpretation, emotion, and meaning rather than just performance visibility. Her experiences shaped a deeper understanding of music as a long-term artistic journey. This shift marked her transition from early viral recognition to a more stable artistic identity. Her performances started reflecting greater emotional awareness and control. This stage represents the development of artistic maturity, where expression becomes more intentional and reflective. Music became not just performance but personal storytelling through sound. Present journey and direction. Today, Karolina continues her musical journey with a balanced and evolving approach. She remains dedicated to improving her skills while also exploring new artistic directions. Her experiences have shaped her understanding of both opportunity and responsibility. Music continues to be central to her life, but her perspective has become more grounded and long-term. She continues to perform, learn, and adapt, building on her early foundation while developing her own artistic identity. Her journey reflects continuous growth rather than a single moment of success. Conclusion. Karolina Protsenko's journey represents the development of a young musician growing up in both traditional training and modern digital recognition. From her early years in Kyiv to international attention through viral performances, her path has been shaped by talent, environment, and opportunity. Alongside success came challenges such as pressure, visibility, and balance. However, her consistent connection to music has remained at the center of her life. Her story reflects not only early achievement but also ongoing growth, resilience, and artistic evolution as she continues to develop her voice in music.